Greetings and welcome back to the You Are Not a Machine YouTube channel. The next great thinker in our series is the French philosopher, sociologist, and Reformed theologian, Jacques Ellul. Ellul was born in Bordeaux, France in 1912. He was a professor of history and the sociology of institutions at the University of Bordeaux. Among the many topics he discusses in his more than 60 books and 600 articles are the impact of technology on society, propaganda, and the relationship between politics and religion. In his analysis of technology, one of his convictions is that technology has become an autonomous force that shapes society rather than simply serving human needs. We will look briefly at a few of his seminal works today, and then in future videos go a bit more deeply into some of his ideas. So the first seminal work was The Technological Society, which he wrote in 1954. And in that book, Ellul notes how technology impacts every aspect of life. It increasingly affects culture, relationships, as well as our capacity for freedom by dictating social structures and values. Our culture's obsession with efficiency and control erodes human freedom and spiritual life. And this erosion happens as humans cede more and more aspects of their lives to the technological sphere. Throughout his work, Ellul develops the concept of technique, which he understands to mean a systematized method that prioritizes efficiency and control above all other criteria. One of Ellul's chief concerns is to offer reflections on how society can resist being dominated by technology. In his book, Propaganda, The Formation of Men's Attitudes in 1962, Ellul considers the powerful role that propaganda plays in shaping public opinion and behavior. And this is certainly connected to the development and increased appearance of technology and technological means for running things and the technological kind of value system. He argues that propaganda is not simply a tool for political manipulation, but it's actually a necessary, quote unquote, aspect of modern society, integral to the maintenance of social order. Ellul identifies and explains different types of propaganda, each with distinct characteristics and purposes. Usually when people think of propaganda, they tend to think of political propaganda, which aims at influencing political attitudes and behaviors by using emotionally charged messages, symbols, and so on to create a unified political identity. There are a number of other types of propaganda, however. For example, a more subtle type of propaganda is sociological propaganda, which operates through cultural means to shape behavior and beliefs in line with societal expectations. And especially it's this kind of propaganda that influences us in our attitude towards technology and the new ways of doing things. Ellul's work highlights how propaganda permeates society, influencing not only political landscapes, but also cultural and social dynamics. In helping to identify propaganda, he empowers the individual to mitigate its effects. And finally, another seminal work is The Technological System, which he published in 1977. In which Ellul expands on his ideas in the technological society, and he delves deeper into the systematic nature of technological progress. He notes how technological advancement creates a self-perpetuating cycle that society must adapt to continuously, and which erodes traditional cultural values and ethical considerations, and again uses the criteria of efficiency in particular as its almost sole criterion. Jacques Ellul was a very influential figure, and some of his ideas may sound familiar, but at the time he was writing, they were actually quite revolutionary. And so he, if you've heard these ideas before, it's probably because they've been adopted by many other people and discussed by many other people. But he was one of the first to kind of go more deeply into these questions. And his works provide a great deal of insight into the nature and consequences of technology. And we will definitely be looking at more of his seminal ideas more deeply in the coming weeks. And we will continue to revisit his thought on this channel. So that's it for today. As always, please stay tuned by subscribing and downloading the How Did We Get Here reading list. As always, there's a link below the video, and I will see you again soon.